it's very good for young athletes to see, and there's some laughs in there too. I was cracking up. I listened to it in the car, and I was into my stomach laughing when T.O. was on there. But I guess we've covered the marketing yourself and discovering yourself. So I kind of want to get into something that I think you probably, as an athlete, you probably ask yourself all the time, and that's what do you think you need to improve on, in your opinion, with where you're currently at in your in your pitch mechanics, or if it's obviously you got 4 pitch mix, so I don't think you need to add a pitch, but just where do you think you're at and where you need to improve?
Just, I feel like, kind of like I said, with that never ending cycle of me just trying to get better, I feel like it's more just honing in on learning the league. There's little things that the vets do that I kind of pay attention to, like listening to Roberto Perez, how he understands lineups kind of top to bottom, kind of getting to that point where I can know what to throw without even being like paying attention to what he's putting down. Like, we're on the same page.
Yeah.
Getting, maybe just working on my changeup, working on my curveball to the point where I can use it in any situation against any hitter. Kind of just make it that more lethal of having a 4-pitch mix.
Well, what I've learned in my brief time up there is do not throw a 2-0 breaking ball to Mike Trout. And just the one thing I thought was funny is my first pitching meeting. I'm looking, we're going through the Tigers lineup, and they're saying all this stuff that we've never said in the minor leagues. And I'm just like, then I go to Mickey after that meeting, and I'm like, Mickey, like, how am I supposed to remember all that? And he's like, oh, no, you just go out there and throw hard.
See, they got away from that with me. They are like, look, we don't want you to stress about anything. Literally just go out there and be you. So I feel like that's been kind of like what I've honed in on.
I think that's the best approach. And, I admire that for the Indians, man. I mean, how much do you love the Indians organization? I know you haven't been around like I was and seen a couple, but I know I loved them, man. They kind of, especially with Tito, he's a player's manager. He cares about his players. I just felt like I was cared for, and they really wanted to do what was best for me. I mean, do you feel the same way?
I mean, you say I haven't been here for long, but it's been 7 years now. Almost.
Oh, my. Yeah, that is true. That is true.
But, I mean, I definitely feel like everybody has your best interest. You talk to the trainers, you talk to the strength coaches, you talk to the pitching coaches, even like your fellow teammates. Nobody's trying to beat you down. Everybody's trying to figure out the next best way to make themselves better as well as making you better. And I feel like that's just a culture thing. I feel like Tito's at the heart of that, and Antonetti's at the heart of that too.
Is everybody still playing, cards and I forget the other game they play in his office? Were they still doing that last year?
He tried to take some money from me. He said, you know how to play cribbage? And I said, no,
cribbage,
what's that? He said, bring your wallet, I'll teach you.
Tito, man, you gotta love Tito.